Okay, I'll be starting off with the business session for today. So I just have one update regarding the business session on behalf of the Vice President of Education. So for next week, only one role is booked, which is MC, which is being booked by Toastmaster Raja. So remaining all the roles are open, so anybody interested can please contact Toastmaster Sanjana. That's all from business session. Sajid, you can take it.
We are all so busy with our daily routines and we dwell about past, a mistake which we have committed in the past, or think about future, what next, or what is going to happen next. But just give a moment and remember to appreciate the moment that you are living in, the present moment, because tomorrow is never guaranteed, right? So a very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Don't be that indecisive shopper staring at a sale rack for hours together without making a decision, without making a move. So just seize the moment like a lion hunting for its prey. Don't be afraid to take a step forward in grabbing the opportunities that are present to you all around. And just remember that time doesn't wait for anyone, not even for the procrastinating shopper. So just grab the opportunity and don't be afraid to step forward. So dwelling on the past or just thinking about the future will not help you anyway, because nothing is in your hand. You can't change what has already happened in the past, nor you can predict what is going to happen in the future, right? So just live in the moment, enjoy that present, and then enjoy that essence altogether. So also coming to the seizing the moment requires a lot of courage, and then it also requires faith and optimism. It's just like taking risks and also stepping forward to face all the failures as well, like accepting the failures in life as well. So today we have all gathered here to learn something and make the most out of it, right? So for that, let's put our phones aside for some time on the silent mode, and I'll be giving 5 seconds to do so. Alright, we have a very fun-loving person with us today. He is a BCom graduate. He is currently working in PwC. He is an avid reader. He loves to travel, and he is also a dog lover. Please help me welcome our President, Toastmaster Gaurav, with a huge round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pavani. So we have few guests present in our today's meeting. So I request the guests to please raise from where you are seated and introduce yourself to the class. We'll be starting off from my right hand side.
Hi, good evening everyone. Myself, Vijay Upendra, working in a Suzuki showroom as a sales manager. I came to know some of our friends told me there is some other people are gathering here and improving their communication skills. Actually, I came here for introduction of my daughter. She is on the way. Sorry if she is in traffic early, and it's very good and very good platform to learn each and everything and to know each and everyone, and what she said is very good and good. Thank you. I don't know that the remaining things will go and again.
So I'm a born and brought up Bangalorean. Currently I work for a software company as a data analyst, and I'm here to improve my communication skills. And I stay nearby, so I think this will be very convenient for me.
Warm good evening to everyone. My name is Latha and I'm a soft skill trainer and event manager. I carry 21 plus of years of experience as a trainer, and the reason why I'm here is to improve my communication skills. Now that looks a lot of people like being a trainer, why do we need that? So I believe that every day, every moment you need to learn and improve yourself. And I've heard a lot about Toastmasters, so I've just come here to experience what good things I've heard about Toastmasters. So thank you everyone.
Good evening, BCom Toastmasters. My name is Sheeb. I'm a member of Bangalore Toastmasters and LA 1924. and I'm very happy to be here because this is one of the oldest clubs in India. So thank you for the warm welcome. I'm looking forward to our wonderful meeting. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, Malini here for the second session. Hope you will not call me for your table topic today. I'm here again to learn my communication skill. Actually, I started this for my son, as Sir was saying. But again, this is always, she said it is always to upgrade our skills. This is one platform. Thank you.
I hope I didn't miss out any guests, and I welcome all the guests today. I hope you seize this moment and become the
Sorry for a bit, my daughter is in Dhanush.
Yeah.
Just say will take another 5 minutes to reach here.
Yeah, it's fine. You can come. We'll jumping off for the minutes of the meeting of previous meeting 1209, and I called Toastmaster Pavani to read out the
Once again, a very good evening, everyone. Here are the minutes of meeting number 1209 held on 17th of April 2023. Theme: To shine like a sun, we must burn like a sun. Word of the week: exuberance. The business session started at 6:22 p.m. and was chaired by President Toastmaster Gaurav. In the business session, the following point was addressed. On behalf of Vice President Education Toastmaster Sanjana, President Toastmaster Gaurav mentioned that except for one speech slot, all other roles were open for the next meeting. Interested members were requested to contact her for the same. The regular meeting started at 6:23 p.m. Acting Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Pavani started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to President Toastmaster Gaurav. President Toastmaster Gaurav opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Mamatha. Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Mamatha spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer Toastmaster Sindhushree, Accounter Toastmaster Vijay Upendra, Grammarian DTM MU Bhat, PP Evaluator Toastmaster Sushruth. The prepared speech session had the following speeches. Speaker 1 Toastmaster Raja, attempting Level 1 Project 4, evaluated by Toastmaster Jyothi. Speaker 2 DTM Subramaniam, attempting Level 5 Project 1, evaluated by Toastmaster Snehal. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Shivaprasad and had 11 speakers in total. The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Sushruth. The winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker Toastmaster Raja, Best Evaluator Toastmaster Snehal, Best Table Topic Speaker DTM MU Bhat, Best Role Taker TAPG DTM MU Bhat, Best Role Taker MTG Toastmaster Shivaprasad. The President closed the meeting at 8:16 p.m. which was followed by the National Anthem. Thank you and back to you, President.
Is there any changes in the MOM? If not, I open meeting number 1210. Okay, how many of you saw yesterday's match? I have raise of hands. Yeah, you were with me anyways. So yesterday when you saw that run out which happened to Edmer, that was like the seize of the moment for me. Because that wicket is what I believe we won the match, right? So in my life, there's one seize of the moment opportunity that I had was once I finished my VPM. So I became the VP of this club. Then at that time I joined a firm, like the firm that I'm working right now as a fresher. So I got into one project which is a US project. Before that I was working for 9 to 5, that was my work timings. As I got into this US project, my work timings started from 12 till 8 in the night. So that time I just had one issue that, how do I come attend Toastmasters meeting, because me being the VP, it's very important for me to come every Monday. But I had to come up with some or the other plan to ensure that I don't miss my work as well and still be present in the meeting room. First I thought I'll just back out of this VP and just give someone else an opportunity. But so many of my friends told me that, why do you want to leave in between? You've come so far. Just to one year or so, then you'll be done with your presidency as well. I'm like, okay, that is actually true. Then what I did, I started taking sick leaves on Monday just to ensure that I can step out of the house and come attend meetings. Otherwise I used to just get my work phone during the meeting time, and whenever there is a meeting, I used to step out, attend meeting, and then come back. So those all worried that why is this guy stepping out last term? That is because I had to attend those meetings. Of course, I can't say to my manager that I'm a part of this Toastmasters, so can I just log out early? Because that was the first time I'm working for a project. And on the first day, if I ask them to log out early, they'll be like, what is this guy up to? On the first day, he's asking for permission to log out. That's what I used to started doing. Like I used to get my work phone. I used to ensure that whenever there is a meeting, I should step out, attend the meeting, and come back. Or else come up with some or the other excuses saying that I have to take my mother to hospital. There is no electricity at home. I can't log in right now. Or else say something like the battery is down. It will take some time to recharge. The Wi-Fi is down. What sort of reasons? Till now, I've not taken sick leave on the day I was sick. I've taken sick leave most of the times on Monday. And my manager started thinking, why does this guy take holidays on Monday? And she asked me one day, like, do you have Monday blues? I'm like, I can't say yes, but I can say that, the reason I'm taking holidays is actually a genuine reason, but of course I can't say I'm lying to her. So I started saying it's actually a genuine reason. But, it's just a coincidence that I'm taking holidays on Monday. She's like, okay, fine, I believe you. But once I'm done with VP and I became president, of course I can't step outside whenever I want and attend those meetings, right? So I told my manager, see, I've been elected as the president of this club. It's very important for me to be present there at 6:15. Please, can I ensure that I can log out at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock? She's like, okay, fine, it's okay. That's how I started, this journey as the president. If that day, I had decided to step down and given someone else an opportunity, who knows when I would have become a president in the future. So I can see a lot of future presidents in today's meeting, and I've seen many of them backing out at end moments saying that I have a lot of work to take care of, or maybe I have some other commitments. Just take a day or two, just think for yourself that whether you'll get this opportunity again. Because for every problem there is always a solution, right? So if I know many people have their own commitments also. Right. So as I was saying, everybody has their own commitment also. And sometimes I feel if you're stepping down from something, it's just that you're making an excuse and not giving your 100%. Maybe you can try to come up with some other solution. Like I said, I used to attend whenever I get time, I used to come up with some other reason to attend this meeting. So to all the future presidents in this meeting room, if you get an opportunity, just close your eyes and take it, because this opportunity won't knock on your door again. So with this, I'd like to introduce the MC for today. She is an experienced technology professional and electronics and communications engineer with a master's in computer science from Arizona State University. She enjoys reading, listening to music, and playing veena. The fun fact about her is she is known as a dictionary of Mekon because she comes up with wonderful vocabulary words and whenever she speaks. And whenever she takes grammarian role, I get scared because she pinpoints each and every bad usage or not so good usages. So with this, with a huge round of applause, please help me welcome Toastmasters.
Thank you, Mr. President, for that lovely introduction. The future is something that everyone reaches at the rate of 60 minutes per hour. Whoever he is, whatever he does. Think about that for a second. The future is something that everyone reaches at the rate of 60 minutes per hour, whoever he is, whatever he does. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome, dear guests. It was January 15th, 2009. An Airbus A320 took off from LaGuardia Airport in New York. It had not reached cruising altitude yet, but somewhere in mid-air, while it was rising, it hit a flock of geese and had a very bad consequence after that. Both the engines shut down. Now just imagine this, a flight is in mid-air, filled with passengers, both the engines have shut down. Sitting in the cockpit was a shy, reticent, but very capable pilot who later recalled the situation in the cockpit at that time. He said, it was very quiet as we worked together, my co-pilot, Jeff Skiles and I. We were a team, but to have zero thrust coming out of both those engines was shocking. Captain's name was Chesley Burnett Sullenberger, or Captain Sully for short. Now, in the little time that Captain Sully had to decide what his plan of action was, he quickly decided that he could not go back to LaGuardia, nor could he go to the next airport. And so he decided quickly to make an emergency landing on water, on the Hudson River. Now, all 155 souls on board survived, and they were rescued by nearby boats. Talk about seizing the moment. Later, when recalling how he felt during those moments in the cockpit, Captain Sully said, "It was the worst, sickening feeling, pit of my stomach, falling through the ground kind of feeling that he experienced." Now, it's not surprising, given the situation he was in and the responsibility that was on his shoulders. But in spite of feeling that way, how was he able to seize the moment and land the plane successfully? People asked him that. How did he do that? So the way he explained it is very interesting, I think. He said, one way of looking at this might be that for 42 years, I've been making small regular deposits in the bank of experience, training, and education. And on January 15th, the balance was big enough for me to make a very large withdrawal. So, is it possible that we can seize the moment and succeed with training and experience? Let's think about that. Now, one person who also believed in the power of training and experience to help people seize the moment was a gentleman by the name of Ralph C. Smedley. So, in order to help people learn how to seize the stage, he created Toastmasters, which is a non-profit organization in the year 1924 in Santa Ana, California. The club is headquartered in Colorado. The purpose of this club is to help the members improve their communication, leadership, and public speaking skills. The organization, which started in the beginning as a single club, now boasts of 280,000 plus members in over 14,700 clubs and in 144 countries. Our own local club, Mekon Communications, was started in 1988 by our founding members. So for the benefit of guests, a typical Toastmasters session consists of 3 sessions. The prepared speech session, in which, as the name suggests, the speaker is given time to prepare for a speech on a topic of their choice as per the guidelines in the manual. The table topics session. In this session, the table topics master will give out a topic and call a person from the audience at random, and the person is expected to speak on that topic impromptu. After this, there is a short networking break for about 10 minutes. Then we have an evaluation session in which the speeches of and the proceedings of the day are evaluated and feedback is provided. In order to help me conduct today's session smoothly, I have a team of Toastmasters. As I call your name, please come up here and explain your role today. PP Evaluator, DTM Evaluator.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. Any meeting to be effective, there are certain meeting etiquettes to be followed. Toastmasters is a special meeting where we learn communication leadership, and we have our own meeting etiquettes. We have got mainly 3 rules which to be followed. Number 1 is we do not speak about sex, politics and religion in any of our speeches. Avoid it as much as possible. Second is entry and exit from the hall should be during the applause only. Actually, we have put up a board there. If you see on the outside, unfortunately today we could witness when I will give my report at the end. But if you see that and follow that, it will become that much easier for them to follow that. So that's one thing. And we do not encourage any crosstalk during the meeting. You know why that meeting, that board has been put there, is you can see that as you can see the president's speech when he was speaking, there was a break in the thought process if somebody enters during the meeting. That's why we do not encourage that. Let us follow those rules strictly. I am keeping a hawkish eye on what is the development that is taking place during the meeting and giving my report during the general evaluation session. Back to now.
Can you watch that? Next we have the R counter, DTM K Prabhakara.
During the course of a talk, we use crutch words like and there is a pause, huge pause, maybe we forget, and these are all normal things happen, and that doesn't mean you can't improve upon that. So idea is to point out such things, and we have, for example, my own and is my crutch word. So I keep using that, and it becomes something that I bank upon every time to connect to another sentence, another idea. What is that? And it removes some clarity from your speech. So to ensure that these things doesn't happen, this is a mutually supportive ambience, and evaluation is given according to that, giving what are the pauses, what are the crutch words, so that the person who is speaking, he keeps improving after one speech after another. That is my role. I'll give the report at the end of the meeting or during the general evaluation session. Over to
Thank you, K Prabhakara. Next we have Grammarian Toastmaster Arundhathi.
Good evening, Madam Toastmaster, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. Grammar is a pole you grab to get your thoughts upon their feet and walking. And good grammar always adds power to the speech. As a grammarian today, my job is to track down on grammatical errors, good usages and not so good usages, and give the report during the general evaluation session. The special word we have added to today's menu is wheedle. It means to use flattery to persuade or receive something. It can be used as a verb, noun or adjective. Its usage as verb is like this. She tried to wheedle us into spending more money than we wanted. As an adjective, it can be used like this. I could hear his wheedling tone as he begged her to dance. And as a noun, it took months of wheedling and cajoling, but her persistence was finally rewarded. I would like to encourage all the speakers to use this word as frequently as possible. I also request the audience to encourage the speaker whenever this word is used, just by showing thumbs up. This will also help me to note it down in case if I'm oblivious to the usage, though I'm not supposed to be. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arundhathi. Next we have the timer, Toastmaster Dhanush.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Timer role in Toastmasters is very important, right? Because we need to respect time of everyone who's attending this meeting. So when I heard this concept of timer, there was one particular thought which came into my mind, which I had this. It was a core memory for me when I was in school, right? There was a quote where one of my teachers had told me, which was very important, and I would like to share that. To know the value of time of a year, ask a student who's failed for a year. If you want to know the value of a month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. If you want to know the value of an hour, ask a lover waiting to meet. If you want to know the value of a minute, ask a person who just missed the bus. If you want to know the value of a second, ask a person who just escaped an accident. And if you want to know the value of 1/100th of a second, ask the athlete who won a silver medal in Olympics. So not to be a hypocrite and waste all of your times, I'll just read out the rules. Okay, the timings. So the speaker gets 5 to 7 minutes. Once 5 minutes are done, I will raise my green card. For 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And for the 7th minute, I will raise the red card. For the speaker two, I'll be raising it for 20 minutes. It will be for 20 minutes that I'll be raising it for raising a green card. For 25 minutes, I'll be raising it for raising the yellow card, and for 30 minutes, I will be raising the red card. And for the table topic session, for 1 minute, I'll be raising the green card. The 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll be raising the yellow card. And for more than 2 minutes, I'll be raising it for this red card. I will note all the timings and give my evaluation at the end of the session when called.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dhanush. You are all such a lovely audience. This is me trying to wheedle you all into giving them all a big round of applause. Alright, let's move on to the first session, which is the prepared speech session. Before I introduce the speaker, I request the evaluator Toastmaster Shivaprasad to read out the guidelines of the project.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The speaker is attempting level 1 project to writing a speech with purpose project. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Notes for the evaluator: the member completing this project is working to write a speech with purpose. The speech they create must be well written and clearly focused. Their goal is to meet their expressed purpose statement in a well-executed speech. About this speech, the member will present a well-organized, well-delivered speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The speech content and style should work well together. The duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker. Back to the Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivaprasad. Our first speaker today is a BCom graduate. He is also a CFA candidate and has been active in the stock market for over 3 years. With his speech titled Quick Money or Big Money, please welcome Toastmaster Sushruth with a great round of applause.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, I'm going to take you all into a very different world. A world where the language is all about numbers and very important words are percentage and returns. The world of stock market. So as we are moving into another world, I have a question for you all. As Rocky Boy says in the movie KJ, fasten your seatbelt. As we don't have seat belts here, I'll say something different. Tighten your pant belts. I can say that with a lot of confidence as we are not in a Zoom meeting. So actually, the world stock market, everybody might not be familiar. So stock market is not a rocket science. It's just basic sense, basic common sense, which is not so common, said someone. So stock market is a place where you can buy a company, you can be an owner of a company, right? You can own any company, it can be Reliance, it can be Tata, or any company of your choice. Just buy a share of company and you are the owner. It's that simple as it is. But guess what? It's not that simple. You have to, your money has to go to the seller and the seller's shares has to come to you, right? But for God's sake, you don't have to do all this work. There's somebody other who does this work, but you have to do your own research, right? There are two types of participants in the market. One is trader and the other one is investor. I refer quick money to trading and big money to investing. The things are very simple. Trader does trading. The quick money just means a money that is earned through quick transaction, right? You just buy a share, sell it for a quick profit. That's trading. And you just buy a share and keep it with yourself and wait for it to grow and become big. Like you plant a banana tree, wait for years to grow it big and become a big banana tree. Like that. Sorry, I have some boss pressure today. So we have two types of participants in the market. One is trader and another one is investor. Trading is like catching a falling knife. If you're careful, you can make a quick buck. If you're not, you can bleed your money, right? In the other hand, investing is not like that. Investing is like planting a tree, nurturing it. It takes time and your patience, but it grows over the time. Both the investors and traders has their own strategies, has their own types. I'll start with quick money, the trading money. Very famous strategy that is used in the market is intraday strategy, where the trader analyzes charts and makes use of some strategies and indicators to predict the movement of the stock and tries to make money. This is a typical candlestick chart where the trader looks at these two candles. If the green candle appears, he assumes the market goes up, and if the red candle appears, he assumes the market goes down. For a trader in this analysis strategy, the color of the candle matters a lot. And as an investor, even the investors need to do a lot of research and analysis before investing in a stock. An investor does his research. He analyzes how the company is working, is the company making profit or not. But actually, an investor forgets one thing: analyzing about one who manages the company. It is very important to check what the management is doing, because I'll show you an example. This is an example of a listed company on the stock exchange, on the stock market, where the managers of the company told that, in the books of accounts, told that their building has been lost. A robber stole their building itself, worth 90 crores. A wild guess is what might have happened is, in accounts, when the manager needs money, he just creates fake machinery or any assets. Maybe the manager of this company wanted 90 crores, he created a building and he just wrote in books that the building got stolen. This is why it's very important to check even about the person who is running the business, and not only just generic, but we have to check the background of the manager who is running the business. This is a topic that can't be ended. We can talk about the stock market topic all day. So I'll just wrap it up with a small story, a conclusion story, which I had heard in an Instagram podcast. In a village in China, there was a farmer, his son, and a pet horse. One day, his horse got lost in a jungle. The villagers came to the farmer's house in the evening and said and delivered their condolence. But the farmer said, "I don't know whether it's a good news or bad news." The villagers thought he has gone lunatic and went back. The next day, the lost horse came with his friend, another horse. Again that day, the villagers came to the farmer's house and said and congratulated him. Again the farmer said, "I don't know whether it's a good news or a bad news." And the next day, farmer's son was training the horse. While training, farmer's son met with an accident and broke his leg. And again that evening, the villagers came by and delivered the condolences. But the farmer said, "I don't know whether it's a good news or a bad news." Again, the villagers thought he has gone lunatic and went back. The next day, the king of the village asked all the youths and strong men of the village to participate in the war. As farmer's son was injured, he wasn't participating in the war, and the villagers again came to his house and said and congratulated him. But the farmer again said, "I don't know whether it's a good news or a bad news." The conclusion is simple. Whether you trade or you invest, do that according to your mindset. You don't know whether what good happens or what bad may happen. Just seize the moment and have it. Thank you. And back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sushruth. No wheedling was needed there. You all did a great job. So, thank you. Before I introduce the next speaker, I request the evaluator, DDM Udanka, read out the guidelines of the project.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. The purpose of this project is for the member to apply his or her skills as a public speaker and lead a facilitate a panel discussion. Notes to Evaluator, that's me. During the completion of this project, the member spend time planning a panel discussion on any topic, organize a panel discussion and invite at least 3 panelists. About the panel discussion should be well organized and well moderated by the member completing this project. Consider how the member sets the tone, keep the panelists on topic, field questions from attendees and general runs the panel discussion. This panel discussion should not be report on the content of the moderator panel discussion project. With that, all the best to the speaker. Timer, please note the timing is 20 to 30 minutes. With that, thank you and back to my interest.
Our next speaker is an MBA graduate from BMS College of Engineering and Management. She is working as a growth marketing analyst at Kalagato. She is serving as A2 Area Director for D121. She loves to read or catch a few winks during her free time to deliver her speech titled The Power of Advertising, How Ads Influence What We Buy. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster Sindhushree.
Good evening, everyone. Every once in a while, you buy your favorite product. It could be Toastmaster Gaurav buying iPhone on the reference of Toastmaster Snehal, or it could be Toastmaster Udanka buying a pair of shoes based on the reference of somebody else, or it could be Pavani buying her favorite makeup kit based on the reference of a friend. Irrespective of whatever you buy, you always have some factors that is influencing your decision. What do you call it? In our marketing terms, we generally call it as the buying behavior. Every time you want to buy something, you go through a series of procedures. For example, you first know whether you want it. You have to identify the need. After that, you see what are the alternatives. For Gaurav, it could be Apple, probably he was already decided. If not, he would have seen Samsung, Oppo, Vivo, any other mobile phones. Proceeding, after seeing the alternatives, you evaluate whether this is exactly what you want. And once you evaluate it, you purchase it. After purchasing it, there comes a phase where you want to know whether the money you paid for this particular product gives you that much of satisfaction what you thought it would give. So this is an entire process. Every single person, knowingly or unknowingly, goes through it every day. So today, I'm going to hold a panel discussion where we sit and talk. We'll have panelist members over here who will tell me their opinions about this kind of topic. To join me on the platform today, I would like to welcome DTM U Bhat with me. Can we have a I would like to welcome Toastmaster. I would like to also welcome Toastmaster Mamatha with me to share her opinions. I would like to also welcome Toastmaster Gaurav on the stage, please. I would like to now welcome Toastmaster Sanjana on the stage. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sai, Snehal, for the help. And so, before I would like to start with the discussion.
Can you come a little?
You must all be aware of the topic. The topic is the power of advertising and how it can influence your buying behavior. So to start off with, the first question is, have you ever seen an ad that influenced you so much that you instantly bought something? So I would like to first start with the DTM review, sir.
Yeah, come here and
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
how much time do you give?
You
3
get
minutes.
3 minutes.
Okay. Fellow panelists and Toastmasters, welcome guests. The question asked is whether I've seen. Day in and day out I'm seeing it. So I would not like to comment about a single thing. Let me tell about the advertisement per se. There was a person who was fed up with his house. He wanted to sell the house. He put up an advertisement. The advertisement executive came and told him, don't worry sir, it is such an advertisement that people will be definitely going to buy your house. This fellow had got fed up, someone wanted to get rid of that house. So that fellow put up an advertisement. So the advertisement people saw, it went into 2-3 newspapers and all, it went into that. 2-3 days the advertisement came. After many days the advertisement fellow called back. Was the advertisement effective? Did you get any buyer? No. I said what happened was I stopped, my idea of selling the house. After seeing the advertisement, I saw that this is the exactly kind of house which I wanted to buy. So now that is the power of advertising. So it all depends on how and what advertisement does. Advertisement, the main purpose of advertisement, in my opinion, is to convert someone's want into a need. People think that actually I want to have an iPhone. Now iPhone is it a need? Definitely it's not a need. But if someone converts it into a need, and suddenly it will go spend some $80,000 for that. What's the purpose? So that and is successful in that venture. We are putting up that full page advertisement. I think one page of advertisement costs about 10 lakhs of rupees, I understand, in a leading newspaper. That is the power of advertising. So it is not a question of this product or that product. Every product advertisement is effective. I will just conclude by telling another small story which comes to my mind. A Super Bazaar owner, he put up an advertisement he wanted a night watchman. So he put up an advertisement. 3 days at a row he put the advertisement, night watchman required. Then that advertisement again, the executive asked him, did you get a night watchman? He said, I didn't get, but my house, Super Bazaar, was locked last night. So the advertisement has got its own flip side also. So ultimately, it is up to us use our own native intelligence to see what we really need instead of just get influenced by advertisement. That's what I feel as far as advertisement go. But as far as the question you asked, whether any advertisement is affected, every advertisement does affect me, does influence me, does attract me. But I use my common sense and see whether I really need the product, and if I need it, then I'll buy. And I would not convert my need into a want. Yes, that's what my use.
Thank you, I would like to now request Toastmaster Mamatha to share again. Yes.
Advertisement is very important these days. The moment you open the paper every morning, you see Bangalore Times having more number of pages when compared to the real news, that's Times of India, or Kannada Prabhakara, it has reduced to 10 pages. There will be no news at all in the newspaper. But Bangalore, the moment I open the newspaper, first I grab is the Bangalore Times, because I want to see which ad is giving more offers, which is offering the lesser price, and what and all the benefits they are offering. That's what the power of advertisement is these days is having.
Thank you, Clearly, the advertisements have an effect on you because you want to know the discounted offers.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'll request now Toastmaster Gaurav to share his opinion.
Okay, as there's so much iPhones happening in this panel discussion, let me see. Okay, this is an iPhone, right? So I got this iPhone because I know technology. From my childhood, I've been following technology. It has A14 bio chip. It is 256 GB RAM. Not RAM, the storage. There's so many other things in technology that I am very fond of. That's the reason I went for iPhone. But I've seen people who buy iPhone just for the color. And Apple is very smart in advertising that famous color that they launch every series. For example, for iPhone 12, they launched this color, this dark blue. This is one of my favorite colors. I like blue, so that's the reason I bought this color. For iPhone 13, they released this green iPhone. And I could see that many people who had iPhone 12 sold all their iPhone 12 and bought iPhone 13 just to have this color. Just to showcase that, I have this color, the new iPhone that I have. And they launched iPhone 14. iPhone 14 looks exactly like iPhone 13, there is nothing else. And to show that I have iPhone 14, the color that they launched is the deep purple. People spend lakhs together just to get that color, to show that I am an iPhone 14 which has deep purple. Well, I would say advertisement, of course, brings a lot of influence on people. And I remember this Cadbury's ad during when I was in school. They launched this celebratory pack with all Cadbury's ad, so many Cadbury's in one box. So they advertise saying that people are bored having the sweets in Diwali's, or when you gift a sweet to someone on this special occasion. Instead, gift this Cadbury box that will bring smile on people's face. to be frank, many people stopped giving sweet boxes and started giving these chocolate boxes. So of course, advertising plays a very important part in our life, and of course it influences people as well.
Thank you so much, I would like to welcome Toastmasters Sanjana to the opening.
Good evening to fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. Just like how certain songs make a movie profitable, there are advertisements which make a product or a service profitable. And to add cherry on the top, advertisements with jingles. So these advertisements wheedle you out to buy their products and avail their services. So I would like to share one such instances where an advertisement frivolously made me choose their product. So we were getting our house renovated, and there was an advertisement lingering in the back of my mind. Nerolac, Nerolac. But apparently the carpenter had a tie-up with Asian Paints, and he was very persistent to make sure that our house gets painted with the paints sponsored by Asian Paints. So there was a tussle between me and the carpenter, and my father was in between. So every day my carpenter used to say, "Sir, our math kid badi 15 years old game gottagatte." And I, on the other hand, I used to say, "Appa, ee mane nirbeku andre you have to get the house painted with Nerolac." And on top of it, Shah Rukh Khan was starring in the Nerolac ad. Finally, there is a saying, right? Blood is thicker than water. So my father agreed upon the Nerolac paint just because of Nerolac having the jingle, and that's how advertisement played a huge role in getting our house painted with Nerolac. Thank you.
So we often heard about the need getting converted to want, we heard about discount on offers, we heard about the premium subscription for the particular model, then we heard about how jingles come into effect and how a brand ambassador could also influence a decision. But to proceed forward, I would like to first talk about this particular thing. Does, as U Bhat said, the want needs to get converted into a need. How does that happen exactly? Like, does it happen because of your promotional messages, or does it happen because of a factual information that is present in the particular message? Promotional message could be anything like buy here, tap now, etc. Like, creating a sense of missing out. Factual information will give you exactly as Toastmaster Gaurav said, this much RAM, this much storage, etc. So what is your opinion on that detail?
What exactly is your...
Does the ads which gets users' attention talk about the promotional messages per se, or do they actually spit out factual information which is more useful?
See, as far as the advertisement goes, there is something called Advertising Association of India or something, who are supposed to be the some controlling persons. In fact, there is always a question being raised. A person, for example, a brand ambassador. If Amitabh Bachchan was asked to go for Pan Parag or whatever it is he was doing it. A lot of objection was to that for that. Now, what the reason is, a person, a celebrity endorses a product, then it gets attracted, like she got attracted by Nerolac just because of Shah Rukh Khan. Now, for all that, Asian Paint must be definitely better, but she got because of Shah Rukh Khan. So that can happen to anybody. So that's why we should be more concerned about the effect of the truthfulness of that particular ad. Now, advertising society, or what is called, I don't know the exact association which is there, which has got statutory powers. They are supposed to ensure that it is the advertising gives whatever is presented is factual. Now, that is a big question, because I have seen some advertisements simply is beyond imagination. I have seen celebrities of Kannada artists, unfortunately, every time my blood starts boiling when a very big celebrity comes on the stage and advertises for some talisman, wearing some ring, and it solves all the problems of the world in that kind of advertisement. and they sell it also. So that there is kind of a misuse of a celebrity status where factual is farthest from truth anyway. Definitely is not factual. So that how to ensure that factual nature of advertising, it is a thing to be studied, and probably world over this is the issue which is operating on the mind, and maybe sometime advertisement association will come down with certain strictures, guidelines how to go about it. That's my take on that.
Thank you. What is your take on the topic, first of all?
I'll go with the promotional way of advertising. Why? Because the more you promote, the more you go with the promotions of the advertisement, it is easy to reach a common man. These days, see now, according to India economy, what we are talking, there are more number of middle class people where everybody can reach. So the more you go with the promotions, the people will reach to them easily. For example, being a housewife, I'll tell you, I go to buy groceries in a D-Mart. The D-Mart will have a lesser price for an oil, cooking oil, when compared to Reliance or whichever other shops are available. So everybody, you see always D-Mart filled with people when compared to Reliance or Big Bazaar. Big Bazaar, so it's almost closed now. So that's the difference.
Thank you very much, Mamatha.
I got lost. You can please repeat this.
So I'm trying to ask you whether the digital, as you said, you bought an iPhone because of the information it provided on the technology. So do you buy something because of the because of the information, the facts, or because of the promotional messages that it gives to you?
Okay. So there are two types. Okay. First of all, what is the product you are selling, and one more, whom are you targeting? For example, you are targeting a person who wants to buy a car. So if a person wants to buy a car, of course he'll go with the features what he provides, the mileage that it provides, so many other features, right? But if you want to sell a product to a kid, maybe a Kinder Joy, you don't say the chocolate is vanilla flavor or chocolate flavor, but you just say you're getting a free toy. Of course the kid would like to buy that thing. Because when I was a kid, I was very fond of this Kinder Joy. I used to always force my parents to get that Kinder Joy to just get that one toy that I used to get. Or maybe, if, for example, if you want to take a celebrity as well, Sachin Tendulkar once was a brand ambassador for this Boost, and used to say you'll get a bat signed by Sachin if you buy this Boost, and many people bought this Boost just to get that sign back. So it depends on which person you're targeting and what product you're selling. If you want to target a much elder person, you have to go with more of a features and what it provides. If you want to target a young kid, attract him by something that the kid wants. That's what I believe. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Toastmaster Sanjana P.
So I would like to say, if a product or a service through a medium of advertisement converts your want into a need, it hits a bullseye. So when I talk about Bolo Zuban Kesari, that is nothing but the tagline of a pan masala ad. Where you see in all these advertisements Akshay Kumar, Shah Rukh Khan jumping off the roofs of buildings across a foreign nation, talking about the heritage of India, talking about unity, but it has very less or no connection with the product they're trying to sell. Over here, promotional aspect comes into picture. So people are influenced to such an extent. If you go towards the north of our state, instead of a kerchief, they lend out packets of pan masala, and there are graffitis all over the walls. So that is how an advertisement has played a huge role in the promotional aspect of it. But also, when it comes to informational aspect or value addition aspect, there is Salute Ram Raj Ge Salute, where they introduced a Velcro panche. A lot of people don't know how to drape a panche, and this came as a savior for all those people who could not, and all those boys who come to ethnic day I know what they're wearing. They're wearing Ramraj Velcro Panche. So this is how there are certain brands which come up with, like value addition, or there is some sort of information inside that product. With this, I would like to hand it over.
Just to summarize so far what happened, we had DTM MU but talking about how one needs to have a factual information every time you're promoting something, and then we had Toastmaster Mamatha telling that one awareness about the product increases when they are giving promotional messages, and then we had Toastmaster Gaurav telling us that every time a person purchases a product, it depends upon how they are targeted. It could be a young kid, it could be a professional or anything. And then we had Toastmaster Sanjana talking about the value addition a product brings to somebody's life. But to proceed forward, this is a very nice point that Toastmaster Gaurav said, where he told that you have to target the individual specifically. But these days it also comes to a point where every time you have to personalize your advertisements to a basic level. You might have seen your Zomato notifications where you said, "Hi Sindhu" or "Hi Dhanush," something like that. Every time a person's name pops up, it means to say that they have your data, they have your privacy, and privacy is unmet. So in the era of digital ads, how comfortable are you with all these advertisement agencies reading your personal or privacy data? I would like to start with Rita Maniwatsa.
The question is about privacy data. Privacy of a
Person, individual.
I didn't get what exactly.
In the era of digital ads, every time you want to target a person, as per se, I want to target you and send an ad that only converts you to purchase a product. For example, I want to order a food on Zomato, and I know that your name is U Bhat. So you have given me a permission, I have your details, I know where your house is. So
how the advertisement, it all depends on, you are talking about the celebrity's name which is being used or something.
No, your name, for example, your data and privacy.
But how my name comes into an advertisement, I'm not sure.
In the era of digital ads right now, when we run Google ads as an example, we have your data stored, we collect your permissions, we have details about your SMS.
No, that I think is totally misuse of, so I don't believe in that, and I don't think such thing really happen, somebody misusing your name and putting in some ad or something like that, because it all depends on, they might have taken permission from you, but they are not, it's not an omnibus permission like that. There should be some, if you are using your name or your thing for particular use for particular market segment, then you have to take your specific permission for that. Otherwise, the privacy will definitely be invaded. So obviously, it cannot be used. But as far as the ad models, what they are selecting, I think that is with the express consent they are taking it. So obviously, we are not to bother about the secrecy of their or privacy of their being invaded, because it is with their express permission they are being used. That's my take on that. I don't believe that any privacy issues will be there in advertisement. That's what my take on that.
Thank you, Rita. Can I ask Mamatha on this?
The moment any app is downloaded for ads or something, first thing it asks is to register our name, phone number, everything. So I feel the digital ads, it narrows our search than wasting time in searching what and all colors, what exactly it is, what is the price. It gives the normal filter, like it hits the particular product and how much is the price, it comes in that timeline. That's how the digitalization helps in advertising.
So what's your take on that?
I feel sometimes, most of the times it saves the time, one, and it narrows our decision and gives a precise product which we have to choose in given time. If we just put like, okay, you show me the phone, it gives all the listed phones, whichever it is. But if you enter your data, like when your app is downloaded for particular Zomato, you told. So it takes like how many times we have ordered one particular food, for example a chicken biryani, if you order n number of times, then it clearly shows which hotel is providing that biryani itself. So it is easy for us to choose time saver.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys know that, right? Your phone listens to whatever is happening around you. Like, for example, if few months back, I had dandruff issues in my head, right? And I was just searching for the best dermatologist around my house. After a few days, I started getting advertisements in social media saying that have this shampoo, your dandruff will go, your hair fall will reduce and all that. I'm like, oh my god, how does my phone, how does this app know that I was searching something related to hair product? So it is true that your phone knows your history, what you search for. For example, if you want to buy a shoes, if you scroll through Google saying that which is the best shoe available, you might start getting advertisement in Instagram or YouTube anywhere saying that this is the best shoe, buy this shoe at this so and so price. So many people objected that your guys are going against the privacy. So people are developing their phones in such a way, they are updating new software that you can't restrict that privacy, that you can't restrict your phones to know what you're searching for and the other apps to track what you're searching in the other apps. So I would say, of course, it's a little creepy that your phones can know what you're actually searching and what is going through in your mind. But in future, I can say that there will be a software which can block your privacy as well.
Thank you. Can I welcome Toastmasters Sanjana P?
In the beginning, when Zomato or Swiggy used to send across such ads, I used to feel very special. Oh, it knows my name. It's very concerned that I'm hungry. But after exceeding a point of time, it got a little bit irritating. So last week, I had traveled to Himachal Pradesh. And I got a message from Airtel saying that Sanjana, welcome to Himachal Pradesh to avail unlimited data and unlimited calls. Please click on to this link. So not only is it adding to the spam list, and it is also evading my privacy. Just like how my fellow panelist Gaurav told about your phone listening to whatever you speak or whatever you type. So if I have left few things in the cart of Amazon, the very next day or the very next hour I'll get a message saying that Sanjana, you have left your cart unattended. Please make the payment. Little does it know I must be like running short of cash or anything. It really gets irritating after some point of time. And I appeal for all of you, all the software heads, to come up with a software to block all these ads. That is my take.
To what Gaurav told, I think all the youngsters are now aware of the incognito mode. So we don't have to teach people about that. So it is definitely not, with that mode, I don't think you can find out what you are browsing.
It does actually. It still does.
Youngsters are well aware.
Sorry to interrupt you, because if I black no, what about the investing phone? Suppose half of the transaction you have completed, because of some reason you come out of that particular session. Still, you have an idea to buy it, because it is remaining to buy.
Sir, 1 minute, please. You are speaking out of turn. Sorry. It is not time.
That's what I don't know.
No.
It's
not
okay,
debating
so we'll
society.
open to the Q&A.
I'm here to
Definitely.
I have taken the permission of President. Am I right or not? Please, I'm
sorry.
I'm not.
That's okay.
No, you are speaking out of turn. I'm sorry.
So just to summarize so far what we have discussed is we were talking about the power of advertisement and how it can influence you. And so far we have come to a conclusion that advertisements also not just have to talk about the factual information, but it can also give you social awareness. And privacy is a myth, and everybody would want to keep their data private and not share it among everybody. But we also have kind of technology where we can target it specifically and make sure it is not evading too much. And also having these kind of messages is helpful at a certain period of your life. So far we have come to this kind of conclusion. Just to now, so far we've listened to the panelist members. Now I would like to open the floor for the question and answers. If any of the audience have a question, please share it among us, and we'll have the panelists answer to the specific question. Does anybody have a question? So you may ask your question. Yes, Vijay Upendra, please.
In case of advertisement, there is a combination of logic and emotion. How it is going to be engaged, depending on the target audience.
Okay. Thank you for the question. So I think Toastmaster Gaurav can answer this question.
Yeah, so when it comes to emotional thing, have you guys watched this ad called Imperial Blue? The men will be men. That attracted so many men for that product. So basically that shows that the general men behavior, like how we act around people. Let's stick to people. How we act around people, right? So that is little bit of emotional connect. And there's one more, like Surf Excel, if you see, there are a lot of emotional connect towards their advertisement, saying that every dirty I want your shirt tells a memory. So that's something like a emotional connect that people have towards that product.
Thank you, Toastmaster Guru. I hope your question is answered, sir.
Partly.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir, please, can you share your question?
We all know Colgate is a brand leader. Their market share is very high. And yet, why does Colgate advertise in premier tournaments like IPL and things like that, where advertising is so expensive? There is no need actually, but can I know from
What is the question, sir?
The person asked, the Colgate is a brand among the category that it promotes, and irrespective of being the top leader in a particular category, they do promote, like, be affiliated to all this IPL and other sports or any other events. Why do they have to do it when they're already in the top?
It's a fundamental question of business, sir. Now, if you ask Mukesh Ambani why he wants to become 20,000 crore, why he has to do? He doesn't have to do this. The fundamental of business is expansion. And business always, the fundamental role of any business is to expand from every day growth. They expect a growth of 5 to 10% at least. That's what the any company talk about. So it's a fundamental thing. It's not a question of whether the market leaders or they are somewhere at the back. It doesn't mean anything. Colgate from their level, they want to go to the next higher level. That's how it is.
Thank you, Dino. I hope the question is answered.
Actually, Colgate was the market leader. Now they are losing out to Pepsodent and the Close-Up from P&G. So that's the reason, because they want to come back, but it's very difficult right now. Maybe that's one reason.
That could be one of the reasons for them to come. Thank you so much for the input. Does anybody else have the question? Thank you so much. Thank you for all the panelist members so far. I hope everybody has gained a valuable insight towards how advertisement can influence you and what are the factors that could they play upon. And probably you all are mindful whenever your want needs to get converted into needs. Make sure you take a proper decision, valuable decision. Until and unless you want something, please don't go for it. And thank you for being such a beautiful panelist members, and thank you so much to all the audience. Thank you. With that, we have come to the end of our panel discussion, and I hope everybody had gained valuable insights on everything. And I would like to welcome the Toastmaster of the Day panel.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sindhushree, and congratulations on completing that project. There are many examples of people who seized the moment and made something amazing happen, right? We know all these examples. Think about Steve Jobs, J.K. Rowling, Oprah. The list goes on and on. That's great, right? Seizing the moment. But seizing the moment can happen anytime, anywhere. And it doesn't have to be something great or something huge, right? In January, I went on a girls-only trip to the Andamans. There were 11 of us. The Andamans, as you know, is a group of islands. And transportation from one island to the other is by ferry. So we were on one such ferry going from one island to the other. The ferry was about 90 minutes long. So after the ferry started, they started playing some music. And then some people got up and there was a place to dance and they started dancing. Now I am terrified of dancing. I also think I have 2 left feet. So I'm very hesitant. But in my group of 11 friends, there are a few dance enthusiasts. So they went to the floor and they dragged me along with them. So I was huddled in one corner because I felt that everybody was watching me and I did not want to look stupid. But they would not let me go. And they said, go ahead, do something. But I watched them for a minute and I saw all of them enjoying themselves. I said, why the hell not? And then I started to move my hands and legs. I was simply copying what they were doing. 2 minutes down the line, I realized that I didn't care who was watching. We all had a wonderful time. I had seized the moment and created a beautiful memory out of it. Now, when we come back, we still talk about it and how much fun we had. So sometimes, it is good to take a risk, step outside your comfort zone, because when you do that, something wonderful might happen. And as we can all see what Abraham Maslow meant when he said, in any given moment, we have two options, to step forward into growth or to step backward into safety. So our next session now is a great example of seizing the moment, right? Our would-be table topic speakers will all attempt to seize the moment with their impromptu speeches in just a moment here. Let's watch and learn. Our table topics master today is a past president of Mekong Communications Club. He has held a plethora of roles here, including acting SAA, VPPR, VPM, VPE, and of course, president. He's a technology enthusiast who's interested in its day-to-day application in life. He has also conducted a webinar for the district on how to conduct hybrid meetings. He enjoys cycling, has been a part of the Go Green, Go Cycling initiative. He also enjoys biking and has biked to a lot of places, almost all the places in South India. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome the table topics master of the day, Toastmasters I Snehal.
I don't think I can be called a technology enthusiast because the other day my mom was yelling at me for not knowing how to operate the washing machine. Thank you, MC, for introducing me well. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Alright, let's continue the book launch from the previous week. I'm just kidding. For the benefit of the guest, a table topic session is where you are given a topic and you're asked to speak impromptu. This skill will help you ace interviews or questions when you're put across in situations which you have never been before. And this one skill has helped me immensely. I was at a meeting recently and was asked to give a prepared speech session in the last minute. I didn't know what to do. I used all the skills that I had gained from speaking at table topics and I built up a speech on that. That is the power of table topics, and I urge you all to utilize this movement and shine bright. Come here, seize the movement, but don't seize here. I would request all of you to kindly limit your remarks to 2 minutes so we can have as many members here to give their responses. The first topic is the power of visualization makes reality possible. The power of visualization makes reality possible, and this topic goes to Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. Thank you, table topic master.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Welcome, guests. Power of visualization definitely has got a lot of impact in our day-to-day life. I vouch for it because if some of you here might have studied psychology, there are two parts within ourselves, right? Conscious and subconscious mind. In meditation, if you have the technique of opening the subconscious mind, if you visualize your goal, it is always possible to achieve in reality. I did this experiment in my life. 2003, I was in crisis. I meditated and visualized my goal to be a financial consultant. Without any much background to be a financial consultant, I did become within 2 months a financial consultant. That is the power of subconscious mind. That came because of the visualization. I am standing in front of you as a living example. Definitely, I vouch for it. Visualization definitely gives you a better result. Not to lose your hopes. Only thing is, you should know the technique how to make the subconscious mind open. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vijay Upendra. The next topic, explain the dark side of the field that you work in. Explain the dark side of the field that you work in, and I would love to hear the response from Dr. Arundhathi.
Good evening once again, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. The dark side of my profession, all are curious to know. I can, at this point of time, I can think about two things. One is, see, when we treat the patient, everything will not go right. Recently, I had this experience. After 7 years of married life, she conceived a treatment and everything went on well till she was about 6.5 months. Later on, we came to know that baby was abnormal and we had to terminate the pregnancy. We can do things, we can treat the patients, but we can't guarantee the outcome. This is one of the darker side of my profession. Second thing, as I've already discussed many times, malignancies or cancers. Few cancers where we know that the outcome is very bad, we have to treat, and patient has to lose lot of money in that bargain. But we can't tell the patient that don't spend money because you won't get well, don't spend the money. That is not fair on our part to do that. Despite knowing the fact, we have to treat. That is another darker side of my profession, where I have lot of pain, but we have to, it is inevitable part of my profession. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you for sharing those secrets, ma'am. The next topic, the best quality you have. The best quality you have goes to Toastmaster Saipriya.
The best quality I have is, it's many actually, not just one. So I'll start with the first one. The first one being that I'm a very friendly person. I'm a very fun-loving, jovial person. I just get along with anyone and I mix very well with everyone. I'm a very nice person to talk to, and I heal half of the people through words, literally through just mere words. Emotionally, their mental status of mind. I also have another quality of being very self-confident. And the third one is of being a very polite, kind and helpful person. Polite even to animals, kind and very soft-hearted person to even animals. Like if I see an animal suffering, I feel pitiful for it. And I always think, what can I do to improve its health or make it happy? Because the happiness which I get in seeing others being happy and bringing smiles on everyone's faces is what touches me a lot. And the another best quality I would say is I'm a very sensitive person, which is what makes me understand what problems others are going through and understand their minds, why they behave differently. And another quality is that I'm a very determined person. I don't give up that easily. I have a very strong willpower, but just need a little motivation to pep up my iron will rather. And I have many more which I'll be sharing in the later days to come. Thank you, and back to the
Thank you, Toastmaster Saipriya. The next topic is, if you could do it all over again, would you change anything? If you could do it again, would you change anything? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Jyothi.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. If I had the power to redo something of the past, what would it be? I think it would be to stand in front of my father and say, I will not study. That is one thing that at that moment of time he wanted me to do CA. Just imagine, after BCom only I didn't want to study. For that matter, PU I didn't want to study. But BCom I did, and then I was told to do CA. And I had no guts to tell him no. I wish I could have stood in front of him and said that I want to be a theatre artist. That my heart is out there to join the Pune Institute of Drama and Theatre. Today I would have fulfilled my deepest, sometimes I think I have been born to act. So that's what my siblings say. You did not have the guts to stand in front of your father, and so you have made your life a drama. And everything that you speak, you do is complete drama. So they do not actually believe me, even if it is the truth, because it's a drama. And I'm sure I do a drama a lot. Because it gives that intense satisfaction for me that what I lost 30 years back, I've been doing it in 30 years in real life. So that is one thing that I would really want to go back. Today when I see children stand up and talk to their parent of what they want, what their focus is, I admire them. And I wish I had that partial guts to tell that I will not study. Thank you.
Thank you, Jyothi, for that wonderful response. Make a case for cats being better than dogs to a dog person. I'll repeat it. Make a case for cats being better than dogs to a dog person, and this goes to the lawyer, Toastmaster Sanjana.
Thank you for an interesting topic, table topic master. So, a couple of seconds ago, Toastmaster Jyothi was saying that today's generation is so self-assured and they are very confident. Well, cats from the time immemorial, they have been self-assured. They think they are the master of the house, and the master, on the other hand, is the servant. So cats feel they are the queen or the king. So the difference between dogs or cats is cats are like soft skill trainers. They don't make a lot of noise. They are very self-assured. They will make their rounds throughout the day, and finally they know when to come back home and when to take rest. Whereas dogs, on the other hand, they keep craving attention. If you go somewhere out for like a couple of minutes, dogs start crying. Whereas cats, they know he has nowhere to go. At the end of the day, he'll come back home. I don't have to be worrying about the master, whereas I can just worry about my paws and how sharp it is. How sharp can it be when I scratch the master whenever he comes back? So easy maintenance. Cats are, if you potty train them a little bit, cats have the memory to go there and do their chores and come back. Whereas dogs, as I want to reiterate, they crave a lot of attention. They are like wives and girlfriends. They always want reassurance. Do you still like me? Do you love me? Whereas cats, they know it's for better or for worse, he'll be there with me. So this is my take on today's topic.
You made a strong case. Men have zero excitement for their birthday. Men have zero excitement for their birthday, and this goes to the guest Toastmaster, Sheeb Kumar.
1
as they say, when you age, maturity comes in. But with some people, age comes alone. So just look at me, like, I always say I was born on a new moon night with a full moon head. So if you, for men, what happens is when you grow up, people say that you lose excitement. I don't think that way, because that could be an old generation people, who work for government jobs. I have seen my uncle, in my families, the moment they retire, from their job at 58, within 2 years, they age like anything. If a person sees them after 2 years, they can see that drastic difference. Whereas in the new generation, if you ask all of the youngsters, what they say is, I want to work as long as I'm healthy because I want to acquire new skills. I think you can see people here also, Toastmasters. Why people are coming to Toastmasters? They can sit at home on a Monday evening, right? Because we all want to network with people, we want to understand relationships, we want to improve our communication skills. And we hope that, at some point of time, it's going to help us in some way or the other. So I don't agree with the point that, men don't, care about their birthdays. They don't celebrate, but inside every man would care for the age, I would say.
Well, men age like fine wine. The next topic. One idea that changed your mind over the years. One idea that changed your mind over the years goes to Toastmaster Mamatha.
Thank you, Sai, for that topic. One idea that changed my mind overnight.
Over the years.
Over the years. The idea which changed my mind over the years is speak for yourself, stand for yourself, believe, adhere to your intuitions, whichever it is coming so strong. Don't just go for people and their opinions. That is a take, that's it.
Thank you for your response, ma'am. Content creators should create creative content. Content creators should create creative content, and this goes to the timer, Toastmaster. Content creators should create creative content.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. So I don't believe it has to always be creative. It also has to be relatable. Like, if they're relatable and bit of creative, it works out. Like, I come into the field of wherein there's a lot of communication involved, right? Content creators play a huge part in that particular front. I sometimes feel that the content, they become very creative, but what they'll find in that particular segment is not relatable at all, right? If you are in the field of just getting views and just making money out of that, it makes sense. But if you're someone who is actually talking about a very sensitive topic and you tend to try to be funny and it doesn't work out. But again, them being funny also is making it viral, right? When being funny is also making it viral, but it doesn't always make sense. But if you're creative enough to put, not just to be humorous there in that particular segment, I feel like the content creators certain content creators are doing, but now the social media is all about viewership, right? About how funny it is, what all things you can do, not different things also, the same things you do repeatedly, trending stuff and all of those things. If you catch that boat, I think any content creators can be viral in it, but I still believe it will have to be relatable in that particular aspect.
Thank you for the response, Toastmaster Dhanush. The next topic is, what are some ways adults can become funnier? What are some ways adults can become funnier? Then this topic goes to DTM U Bhat.
Can you get a question?
What are some ways adults can become funny?
Adults can become funny. a very weighted question. Mr. Topic Master, fellow Toastmaster, welcome guest. He's telling how adults can become funnier. Because probably he thinks that children are by nature funny. Probably that is a take as I can understand. What happens really is when we are born, all our mind is empty. We get ideas and things from around the world, and we get into that. And how we react it, how we perceive the world, in a funny way or whatever way. A child is naturally funny because of that. But what really happens is as we grow older, we get ideas from different parts, and we get influenced by that. We develop our own perceptions. Ultimately, what happens is we lose our sense of humor. Looking at things, a lighter kind of part of things. Anything that happens, it's for example, if someone falls, slips and falls and all that, the children will make fun of it and they will laugh it off and all that. But we'll take it very seriously. What happens is we lose our native sense of humor because of probably our stresses of living. So how can we get it back? Getting back is because you have to change your thought process. You have to develop an attitude of looking at lighter part of things. Everything has got a lighter view as a serious thing. A same issue, you can look at it in a lighter way, you can look at it in a serious way. It is up to you how you analyze it, how you bring it and bring humor into it. So that is possible, and that is possible by practice. It is not just by, it's not a theoretical exercise. It is by changing our way of looking at things, our perceptions, looking at things, the way we look at things, change that. And you will find that for everything, even in the most serious of situations, you will find that there is a funny angle to it. And you can get into that. And that will probably develop our sense of humor. And over the period of time, I feel we can develop that kind of humor, and that is very essential today to make our life much easier. Otherwise, life becomes too heavy in the present circumstances unless you are able to view things in a humorous manner. That is the essence of our living today. With that, back to you, Mr. Master.
Thank you for the response, sir. I was told I was getting old, so I needed to hear that. Can a coin decide the destiny of a game? Can a coin decide the destiny of a game? And this topic goes to Toastmaster Shivaprasad.
Thank you, Table Topics Master, for that wonderful topic. Just yesterday, I was at this division level contest of Toastmasters, and Gaurav, I and Sai were there, and the RCB match was about to start. So just before the toss was happening, Gaurav just told me, if they win the toss, RCB will win. If they don't, then they will lose. And I was a bit skeptical about this. And RCB went on to lose the toss. And ideally a team that would have bowled first were forced to bat first. And even then the team lost the game. Won the match. So did the coin decide their fate? Definitely not. If it was the IPL in maybe happening in Dubai 2 years back or 1 year back, I would have definitely said the coin will decide your fate. Because the team batting first was definitely at a disadvantage, and the team chasing was at a massive advantage. The reason was the dew would come in. The Dubai weather, as all of you would know, as Sir would know, is really hot, and by the time the night is cooling down, you have dew coming into the field. So the fielding team has absolutely no chance to grip the ball, to take catches. Even while bowling, the ball would slip out. And at that point, the toss would become extremely important. But as a few cricket experts would say, if you are relying on only on the toss to win the match, then you're not a good cricketer. You're not a good player, right? So if you believe that the toss will decide the fate, then by the time only the toss has happened, the match has not even started, you have already lost half the battle, right? I have lost the toss, this match is over. But if you believe in your ability, in your talent to play good cricket, to do whatever in life, then I believe a single coin cannot decide your fate. Back to the table topics, Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shiva. This one's open to the guests. The topic is no feedback, no growth. No feedback, no growth. The topic is open to the guests. Somebody should stand up or else I'll start picking. Guests?
Can I start?
Absolutely.
Okay, feedback. As all of us know, what is feedback? So people have that thing in the mind that feedback is more of a negative, not a positive. And in the companies also, there are a lot of ways of giving feedback. So I would say that a feedback should be taken in a way that improves your personality, improves yourself, and makes you a better person in future, both personally and professionally. So feedback, can I just say the topic again?
No feedback, no growth.
Okay, no feedback and no growth. So this is how you take it. If you don't take any feedback from your friends, your relatives, your managers, you don't grow, because you as a person would not come to know that what are your roadblocks. When I talk about roadblocks are nothing but things or your qualities, your traits which is not helping you to improve more better. So the more you get feedback, the more you take it more positively, helps you to improve your personality, your thinking, your behavior, what needs to be done to make you a more better. Because the person what I am today has to be more better what I have to become tomorrow. So every step I take has to go more towards success, go towards more better personality, and go towards more improvement in my life. And I always believe in success gets a lot of money. So I believe in getting more money. So more feedback, more money. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your response. I know I'm exceeding time, but this last topic is totally worth it. How to respond in table topics. How to respond in table topics, and this goes to one and only DTM K Prabhakara.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome. Yes. How to respond table topics. This is something that I use more of as an intuition. Always I try to connect things. If I were to be asking, what is the kind of response I would be giving right now, the kind of question is that my backside, mind back is working on that as I'm speaking now. But the point is that how do I, when I answer a topic, I try to connect with an example. Like, for example, if he was talking about, Shiva was talking about toss. There are different approaches. One is that giving a straight answer, the toss doesn't decide the way he said. Another is going for mathematical angles, science angle of probability of winning with a coin. So how do I approach that kind of a situation? The coin, will it decide at all? What are the probability of the kind of coin that I get? Is it the weight is same on the both sides? I would study that. So this is an angle that you can consider. It is like that. My mind works that way. As I'm talking, it's working. It's still working on that. So what I do is that I speak on that topic. When I say address the gathering, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, that is the time my mind is working on the problem. That's why I always address the gathering. It's the time buying tactics. And then there are few things that you have to work out. When, how, what. These are the 3 W's and H. You have to ask that question. Typical approach is, if you see the psychology of a table topic master, I watch on that. That is whether that topic is given as a question. It's very simple to handle that. Very, very simple. You can take a position, yes or no, true or false, advantage versus disadvantage. If it is not given, say for example, if I am told to talk on GST, that's a topic. But is GST advantageous to the economy? That means you have to think, you can argue on advantage. You have already, a line has been thrown to you. But if I were to talk on GST, then I have to talk on advantage versus disadvantage. Both sides I have to weigh. Some kind of a trade-off is there. So there are other approach. The standard approach is advantage, disadvantage like this. And another is micro versus macro. I switch the RCB switch to the mathematical. So the micro level you want to see from top to bottom, you want to answer go take up the answer, the topic you want to deal that way, or bottom to top you want to deal with that way. Suppose you want the GST affects all of us. It's being earlier you never knew the bill whether it was added or not. Now it goes to the taxpayer money goes to that place. So it's, you can say macro level to micro level, you can make the connection and you still make sense. The best way to look at this is that how you sounded when you spoke. As I'm speaking, my mind is getting a feedback here. And that, does it sound logical, sensible? As long as I'm making sense, I keep talking. When I think I have hit the nail on the head, not like Veerabhadra, nail on the head, I think I have made sense. At that point of time, I close the topic. And I know somewhere along I have made sense. And when I have not made sense, I know that also. And still, I go ahead with the talk and finally conclude saying that this is the right side, this is the wrong side, but there is in between side also when I don't know. Over to table topic master. In fact, if you add one line to that, many a debate that took place in Mekon or different clubs, I have used the in-between path deliberately to shift the argument towards my team. And this is one such thing.
Thank you. Thank you all the members for that wonderful responses. I try to bring in as plethora of topics as possible. I don't pick up the topics the moment I've been told I'm the table topic master, but these are something that I've picked up over months of efforts. Whenever I find something interesting, I pick it up, I put it across, and I just make a list. And the moment I'm a table topic master, I just bring them all. I've been a Toastmaster for 4 years, and this is my 3rd time doing the TTM. So it goes to show that I don't take it that often, but I get good topics. Thank you, and back to you.
Ma'am, I would like to take 1 extra minute with the permission on table topics, how to deal with, now that it has a bit cropped up. Can I take that extra minute to explain, if I can? See, one of the most important way to deal with table topic is that you have to keep yourself updated. That's where you start making connections. There was a time when I used to ask, have you read newspaper? When I was a table topic master, I used to ask this question. Have you read today's newspaper or last 1 week's newspaper? Some of the people used to get irritated. Everybody reads newspaper. But then I would position the topic to suit to that. There are times I have experimented with one-day newspaper. All the topics were on that one-day newspaper. And the way to deal with that understanding of the topic is I keep it in an acronym, PLET, SIPS, and CEF. It looks very awkward, but it is like news comes to you from the world, in terms of politics, local news, editorial, technology and science, technology and spiritual science, okay, and then the CEF portion, PLET, SIPS, is that it's spirituality, international, business and sports. Then CEF is culture, entertainment and fashion, CEF. So this is the way the world feeds you information and you try to make connection. One leopard escaped, one cheetah came from somewhere. It looks like silly, but you connect things and you'll not miss about handling a table topic. I thought I should add to this because he brought an interesting side.
Thank you, Table Topics Master, for that excellent session. Not one speaker needed any wheedling. Everybody was able to speak on the topic, so that's great. We will now have a short 10-minute networking break and then resume our final session. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had some time to network and get a snack or two. We had to hurry you up. Sorry about that. We are running a little short on time today. It is now time for the final session. Getting constructive feedback from others plays a very important role in improving ourselves, as we all agreed. So it is now time for feedback with the general evaluation session. Our general evaluator today, Toastmaster Ravikumar, has been with Mekon Communication Club for over 5 years. He was associated with Messrs. Novartis, a pharmaceutical company, for close to 2 decades. Now he's currently an entrepreneur dealing with ophthalmic products. He strongly believes that Toastmasters is a wonderful platform for youngsters in particular. With a huge round of applause, please welcome Toastmasters.
all. Fellow Toastmasters and guests once again. I'll just get into the job, and I myself would like to practice a little fast and little brief today, considering we have running out of time. Now, my job, the role of General Evaluator, is to reflect and mirror today's meeting, ensure the meeting is in tandem with Toastmasters international protocols, and whether the entire meeting so far is in this method, whether it has happened. A word or two about the theme. Theme is more relevant and appropriate. Everybody will get an opportunity to seize the moment, and it is as a matter of it's a right, and it is a challenge for everybody. If one doesn't do it, the opportunity is lost and it goes unutilized. The theme is universal and generic in nature. That's very important, and there is a huge takeaway for all and everyone, and certainly a good theme. Overview of the business session. MC role is booked for meeting 1211. All other roles are vacant, and please contact VP Education Toastmaster Sanjana. Comments on when the meeting started. Regular meeting started at 6:22 p.m. and I could make out that there was an honest effort to assemble people, start the meeting at the right time. All that effort was there, but still things went little. I think that was beyond the control. But still, we could start at 6:22 p.m. Starting the meeting on time is the best thing. We all know that, and there is always the next time to do that. Secretary's previous meeting report, that is meeting number 1209, was read and obtained approval without any changes. Toastmaster Pavani was clear, read the minutes of the meeting chronologically and very clearly. Remarks on Sergeant at Arms. Again, Toastmaster Pavani had to take it. She kick-started the meeting. Good introduction of the President. I always say that Sergeant at Arms' job is to, the team is there. She is the person who opens the meeting, and she has to guide the ship to the destination, and she did it very well today, like she has been doing it in the past. And one or two things that drew my attention about your Sergeant at Arms speech is, you said, seize the moment like lion hunting for the prey. That was nice. That drew my attention. And you also said that don't procrastinate. That's very important. And you were emphatic to say that don't dwell on the past or future. Live in the moment. You said enjoy the essence. And lastly, you said one word which I would like to say it a little louder. For you to seize the moment, Sergeant at Arms said, you also require courage and optimism. So that's wonderful, and I liked it. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Pavani for reading the minutes of the meeting, and also Sergeant at Arms. A brief view on the President's address. The theme was dealt very well. You connected immediately, and it was relatable, and we didn't know that how you were coming on Monday meetings. That was explained, and very good. All were concerned about it. They wanted to know the end, how your boss would react, and how you would insulate yourself about the lies that you had, But nevertheless, the role of President, maybe the manager also felt proud of you. So that was very nice. And guest introductions were done. You took the guest introductions. Behind the lectern, you were confident, eye contact. You engaged with the audience with your story very, very well. You did introduction of the MC pretty well, and you also sprinkled humor today, once again. And you summed up your speech pretty well. A big, big round of applause for President Gaurav, Master of Ceremony, Toastmaster Lakshmi. We all know that MC's role is to carry on the meeting pretty well. Behind the lectern, you don't take the stage, but the topic, the meeting, the role takers are there to take. That was done well. It was well organized and systematic. You know, for example, meeting 1210, the theme should be the harlot, and yes, it was managed pretty well. You connected with Ralph C. Smedley's, seizing the moment and how the club started, and that was wonderful. And we like it because when Ralph C. Smedley is connected well for our day-to-day meetings, we thoroughly enjoy that. It was nice. Introduction of speakers, your comfort level, confidence, very nice. You used that one word, saving of experience. At that crucial time when you are in jeopardy, you don't know what to do, at some height, uncertain, and you said saving of experience accumulated like a fixed deposit or recurring deposit, which has to be used. That came very well for this theme. And one thing that I can add here is you can be quick. The story can be shortened less, and therefore the time for, you quickly connect to the theme, you quickly connect to the introductions, and you take it forward. But for that, everything was good. A wonderful job done, very confident, very professional, textbook kind of a MC. A big round of applause, please. A big round of applause. Now coming to table topic, Master, Toastmaster Snehal. You started the table topic. You said, I'm giving you an opportunity to shine bright. And you made speakers shine bright with the kind of topics. You spoke about the table topics session in particular, what exactly it means. And good topics, different topics, transition from one topic to another. Very, very good. Therefore, the preparation for the role was evident. The role of the preparation that you narrated, it goes back 2 years. So, fantastic preparation and choice of topics that you take. Topics were relatable, and therefore you see everybody used close to 2 minutes or even more. That's very, very interesting. And you acknowledge the speakers. Interestingly, table topic master Sai Snehal, the topics were targeted. For example, doctor had a topic which was, typically targeted. Typically targeted one topic to DTM K Prabhakara to speak about. He revealed the truth. Today he has, today he has shared his secrets, and it is for all of us to take that. Thank you. And again, humor was sprinkled. Last but not the least, today you are a bit naughty. A big round of applause for Toastmasters Snehal. Now, before I call the individual evaluators, I give some time. Please quickly, can you please give your I assume and presume it's over. I now call upon, can I have your attention please? I now call upon Evaluator, Toastmaster Shivaprasad to evaluate Toastmaster Sushruth's speech. Quick money order. Please give a big round of applause.
You all didn't know, a lot of talk about advertising today. So let me just remind you, investment in stock markets are subject to market risks. Please read all scheme-related documents carefully before investing. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests. All of us were witness to an informative and an amazing speech by our Toastmaster Sushruth, just giving his second speech today. Let me start off by where Sushruth did really well. He had a great start, referencing a very popular movie, KGF, Fasten Your Seatbelts, and grabbed everybody's attention, making a dull and boring topic, boring for me at least, like stock markets, interesting, all of a sudden. Coming to the purpose of his speech, the project was writing a speech with purpose. So his purpose was letting everybody know about stock markets and investing, quick trading and long-term investing in a very simple and a lucid manner. So I would say he's definitely made a good effort and he has met the purpose of his project. He also had a great story at the end about the Chinese farmer and his son and his horse, driving home the point that no matter what happens, people will have different viewpoints on any situation. So I also have to commend the effort that he has put in today. He has prepared a PowerPoint presentation, and even though he had pressure from his boss, he has come here and delivered the speech. Now let me get back to KGF. KGF Chapter 2, I went to watch that movie. I thought it would be amazing. Started off very well. Yash comes in, going all very nice. Suddenly Sanjay Dutt is here. Okay, what is happening now? Suddenly Kalashnikov, there are guns from Russia. Suddenly Ravina Tandon is here, Prime Minister is speaking in Kannada. Suddenly he's the biggest criminal in the world. Suddenly the army has come in, suddenly he's dead. What just happened in that movie? Toastmaster Sushruth started off investing in short-term funds is like breathing on a knife's edge. Everything is going on really well. I'm shaking my head. Yes, Sushruth, you're right. I'm understanding. It's going into my head. And suddenly, a screen pops up behind me. Red candle, green candle. Wait, what is he saying? What is happening? What is happening? Right? And there is so much information on that screen that I don't know what to read, whether I listen to Sushruth or whether I look at the screen. It suddenly went from 0 to 100 all of a sudden, right? So that is one point I'd like to stress, to ease with your audience, let them digest your content, making it easy and digestible for everyone. So that is one point I want to stress on. Also, you could have come in here a little bit earlier. I know your situation was not that good, but you could have come in earlier, got somebody to do the PPT for you, change the slides instead of doing it yourself, saving a few seconds during your speech. All in all, to conclude, Toastmaster Sushruth, a commendable effort. You had great content, right? You're passionate about this thing. So you had great content, you delivered it well, but make it easy and digestible for the audience, and you will be delivering a great speech. Back to the general evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shivaprasad. Given an opportunity, you evaluated two things. One is big money and also KGF. Now, what you said is true, that make it simple, because the topic is complex and the awareness of the targeted audience here are very less, and otherwise, despite that, the best of the homework that you had done and few things that you could convey, particularly the trader and the investor, has gone, and you also alerted and alarmed the audience that you should be very careful. Okay, don't just dive into the sea. So a good round of applause for Evaluator and also the speaker, Sushruth. A big round of applause. Now coming to the DTM Udanka to evaluate Toastmaster Sindhushree's speech, or I would say that it is not speech, it's a panel discussion that took place. All the best.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Ads are the one thing which has an ability to convert our needs, our wants to needs, and that was beautifully explained through the panel discussion today by our target speaker, Toastmaster Sindhushree. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. and my target speaker, Toastmaster Sindhushree in particular. You chose a topic which we can easily relate with. So starting off with the things which you excelled at, you came here, you started off explaining why you chose the topic and why it is required for us to understand how good the marketing strategies are and how bad it is affecting our individuals. That's the one thing you did. Second, you made sure you introduce those topics, choosing a live example or an examples with amongst us who's in the audience. So which grabbed our interest, and we know what we are, so we could some of us could relate to your this topic. Third, I would say the panelists what you chose was really well. So there were people, all four of them could speak upon whatever the questions you asked them or whatever the questions were asked by the audience. They could answer it on to the point. So that was really done well. The things which I observed more in this, you were summarizing. You had one question stressed on all the four panelists, and after all the four panelists answered, you were summarizing it to the audience. That was really well done. And last thing, you had one question which is given to all four. Whereas I have seen panel discussions where it happens, one question is asked by the audience, or you have a question that's to one panelist and they move on to the next question. But you took an insight from all the four panelists, which you can have a 4 different insights or 4 different view of a single question. So that you did it really well. Now, where the points where you can take this panel discussion to the next level. So when you are facing a larger audience or when you are facing a panel discussion with more intense topics, these are the sessions which might help you out. So what you did during the question and answer sessions mainly, when an audience asked a question, you summarized the question and then sent it out to the panelists. But when the panelists answered to that question, you just said, hope you have understood, and you moved on to the next. Rather, you could have just small summarization of what the panelists told. It would have helped them better, because I saw that people were in not so good understanding state. So that is one thing you can. Second, while you were calling on at the initial while you were calling the panelists, you just told, I would now welcome the distinguished Toastmaster U Bhat, Toastmaster Mamatha, Toastmaster Gaurav, and Toastmaster Sanjana. A short introduction of them, why you chose them as a panelist, would make us understand, okay, this is the point why she chose. For example, you could say Toastmaster Sanjana, who is really into ads because she is influenced by ads, something sort of that, because that's when you can give a justice to their role also. So that's one thing you can improve. And I have one point you can challenge yourself from the upcoming speeches as well. This is a common challenge, I believe, from the starting of your Toastmaster journey. I have seen you, and I think this is the common challenge most of the evaluators have put to you, and this repeats again. I know you have come a long way from this. Your pace is one thing which you have to still work on. I know you had a pace of much faster than this, but you have come all the way down. So a little more down would help you out, because there were a few instances where the panelists could not understand what you asked them questions because they asked you to repeat the question. So a little less space could help them understand clearly, and you could have driven this panel very well. With that, it does not take away from the good panel discussion you had. And this topic, everyone could relate, and me being me, I only know how much money I have spent wasting on certain things just by looking at the ads and the advertisement they gave it to me. With that, handing over the charge back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Udanka. You have evaluated, you have taken all the minute details of the 20 to 30 minutes panel discussion that took place. You have taken 20 to 30 minutes panel discussion that you have made it very crisp, and you have taken all the important points that was discussed, and a very good evaluation. Now, Toastmaster Sindhushree, a very good topic, particularly the advertising, because we all get hooked to TVs, newspapers, journals, we are bombarded with all that, and that's a good topic to choose, and good homework done. We could make out. You could have quick recall of brand names, not looking into the book. You had quick recall of a few brand names. That was very good, and basically your intent was to know how a brand gets converted to a sale. Finally, what are the methods and how it goes, and that was done pretty well. And why I intentionally asked that Colgate question, because today, you know, the companies are acquired, mergers happen, acquisitions happen. Now, even brands are sold. A single brand is sold to another company. Now, why Colgate or Pepsodent, they invest so much of money is just to retain the brand recall. The brand recall, even if they are brand leaders, you know, they still advertise. They feel that it is an investment and not an expense. So the brand recall remains for generations. My father, my grandfather, my children and grandchildren. It is very difficult unless they invest like that. So that's it. A big round of applause for DTM Udanka and Toastmasters Sindhushree. I'll quickly obtain reports from TAPG team. May I call timer Toastmaster Dhanush? I would ask little. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. The business session happened around 16 seconds. Starting time, Pavani took 2 minutes 27 seconds. President Toastmaster Gaurav took 9 minutes 57 seconds. 5 minutes was allocated for it. Toastmaster Pavani took 1 minute 47 seconds for the minutes of the meeting, and allocated time was 2 minutes. The Toastmaster Sushruth took 7 minutes 30 seconds. The time allotted was 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Shivaprasad took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Sindhushree, full session went up to 32 minutes 37 seconds. DTM Udanka took 3 minutes 35 seconds for the evaluation. The table topic session went on for 35 minutes. The time allocated was 20 minutes. The individual times are mentioned in the time board. And right now the general evaluation has gone up until 15 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Dhanush. Before giving a big round of applause, Dhanush brought out the value of time in his introduction, and he mentioned about the value of a second to an hour. And this is class teacher or somebody who said the value, how it is important for. Now, a big round of applause for Toastmasters. May I now request DTM Prabhakara for the Arthautor.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. In fact, I noted very little ums and crutch words. So you can say you all got first class marks. First. Having said that, there are certain things that I noted which is positive. Whenever, especially I saw that as a positive element in our president's speech. Whenever he was he was for loss of words, or when he was thinking, he used gestures to fill that gap. And that was very appropriately done, and you never miss those words. And I think that's something that can be used by others. Okay, this is one. Another is it's not but there is loss of thoughts, and you tend to get stuck in one type of situation, one particular type of thinking, that it goes like a stuck-up record. It goes on to the same stuff. There, the way to get over, I would rather point out, is to pick up one example to prove a point. The example is not a proof, but it supports the idea. So this is one approach I want to bring out to help the person get over the block, let's say writer's block, block. So this is one. And there are people who are expressing themselves in a jerky way. That jerky way is that stuck and stay there, stuck and stay there. And to overcome that, it's better to use or a pause. It's worth it to try that. Otherwise, the jerks are not, you don't feel right, like you go drive a car or a scooter, move it with jerk. So encourage your thoughts to flow, and that flow was exemplified by speaker Sindhushree. And she can perhaps experiment the flow is there, fluency is there, but she may have to experiment with slowing down the pace. In fact, Deepak, just in one of the champions, he had to cut down his speaking number of words per minute. They're like RPM, they think revolutions per minute, his words per minute were so high, it was not easy to latch on to what he was saying, but he had to cut down, and he did cut down. So the experiment should go on at different levels, and one such is that. This is how I felt on the whole, but I thanks for the kind of patience. We are running out of time. Over to
Thank you, DTM K Prabhakara, and briefly, usually with his wisdom and inputs that he shares is brilliant. And when the encounter when he took, we all remember he used the word mutually supportive ambience. So with that, a big round of applause for DTM K Prabhakara. Now, I request Grammarian Toastmaster Arundhathi.
Good evening once again. Today's meeting was awesome as far as grammatical aspects were concerned, and the ratio of good usages to not so good usages is about 5:1. Good usages are dwelling on the past, indecisive shoppers, enjoy the essence, Monday blues, opportunity knocking on the door, zero thrust, seize the stage, rocket science, wrap it up, buying behavior, conversion of want into need, cherry on the top, frivolously, lingering, hints bulleye, value addition, emotional connect, self-assured, theoretical exercise, funny angle, and catchy sentence was, trading is like catching a falling knife. I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Sanjana and Toastmaster Pavani for greatly, considerably contributing to this list of good usages. I'm not trying to wheedle anyone, I'm being very honest. Not so good usages, working for 9 to 5 timing should have been work from 9 to 5. Not so understanding state, that is could not understand. Somebody other should have been another person or someone else. Traders and investors has should have been have or had. A advertisement should have been an advertisement. Without any much background, without background. Feel pitiful should have been I was pitiful or I felt pity. I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Lakshmi and Toastmaster Sanjana for using today's special word, wheedle. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arundhathi Hurley. Now, when you took up the role, you did mention the role of a grammarian. You described for the benefit of the audience and the guests. And thanks for the report. You might deny that you did not wheedle, but with a big round of thumbs up, a big round of applause. May I now request distinguished Toastmaster U Bhat to evaluate, give the PP Evaluators report.
Mr. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. Whenever a Master of Ceremony requests me to take up a role, if I am in a mood to listen to speeches, I will always opt for PP Evaluator. That is the easiest job in our club, at least for the last 25 years as my observation says. Because we always follow business etiquettes. But unfortunately, today was different. As Murphy's Law says, if anything can go wrong, it will. And it did go wrong today, at least in one area, as far as people coming and going in between meetings. There were 5 entries and exits during the meeting when the speech was going on. You can imagine the plight of the speaker when someone walks in and goes out without being announced. And to credit of the persons who have done that, most of them are guests except one person. So I would take it that they are not aware of it, but it is and they should understand that it affects the proceedings. There was one phone ringing. Actually, that is Toastmasters, so I will not excuse it. So that should not have happened. And there was technical crosstalk during your panel discussion, which was actually a technical lapse, I think. So that's what it is. So otherwise, and there was no, one thing good point is there was nobody talked about either sex or politics or religion. That's to our credit. So that's what is our about our table topic response. So I think we'll improve in this area of ours in the future meetings. With that, back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster U Bhat, for that. It was good report and even an elaborate one, finding out the necessary things. Has to be told, and I can now understand why in the last 25 years that you have been choosing this. He also mentioned when he was defining about the PP Evaluator, he used the word hawkish eye. So he has that, and well, a big round of applause for U Bhat, please. Now, coming to the last stage, just a few important points of the meeting. A very good meeting, a good theme. Two important topics were discussed by the two speakers today. It benefited the audience in every aspect. It also provided invaluable insights about the subjects that you discussed. So that's good, and we also because of this, whether the data is going to be used, misused or abused, all these things did come into circulation. And before I close, the closing remark of this meeting and the entire proceeding, if I had to use one word, it was fantastic. Back to MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravikumar, for that comprehensive evaluation. It's not always easy to seize the moment, right? We live in a world that encourages stability and security. We are told to get a good job, buy a house, start a family. There's nothing wrong with all that. But if you have a dream that's been burning inside of you for years and years, seize that moment. Take action. Something that Lao Tzu said comes to mind here. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So take that step, no matter how small it may be, to reach your potential. Let go of fear and doubt. Use your time wisely. As the great American poet Robert Frost once said, in 3 words, I can sum up everything that I have learned about life. That is, it goes on. So let's seize every moment and make the best of it. Thank you, and back to you, Mr. President.
Okay, I have nothing much to say, just please come on time. Kathy is jumping off with the results. Okay? So the best, before I jump in, everyone has responded. I made a count of who all are present, so everyone has responded. Okay. So the best MTG, that's MC, TTM and G, goes to the table topic master, Toastmasters, Ice Cream. The best role taker for tab G goes to Toastmaster Arundhathi. The best table topic speaker goes to the one who told how to respond to table topics, DTM K Prabhakara. The best evaluator for today goes to Toastmasters. And the best speaker for today goes to our panelist, panel moderator, Toastmaster Sindhushree. Thank you everyone. I close meeting number 1210 and I request everyone to raise for national.